Plain and simple. I won't even try and sugarcoat this shit and try and pump the guy up, then start ripping his ass apart. I hate the fuck out of Tyler Perry and what he represents in the black community. On one hand, you have at one point when the guy was homeless, didn't have a penny to his name, his plays failed, and no one would come out to see his shows, and he had a vision and a dream, and he didn't give up in what he believed in. He, in a nutshell, is the example of the rags to riches that you can too do this if you believe in yourself, that the African American youth need to see. But I'll be goddamned if this motherfucker didn't find a formula that worked for his ass and just kept on drilling that shit into the ground. And now that he has God, aka Oprah, the Almighty, the old great one, OG, Big O, backing him, this dude can do no fucking wrong. Just as an example, if Spike Lee made 8 different versions of fucking Do the Right Thing, do you think that he would be where he is today? Hello. What kills me is it's basically a pimp and hoe situation. And Tyler Perry is juicing the hood dry with the stereotypical bullshit movies, and no one wants to stand up and say no. Not every black female is bitter, angry, and lonely and needs to have a man in her life. And not every African American grandmother is overweight and has a lot of attitude and something sassy to constantly say. This is part of the example and the machine that little girls look up to and use as their role models of what they want to become one day when they watch these movies. Believe it or not, they do. You might not want to think that, but this is what they take in as what they want to grow up to be like. Just like Madea. Or maybe they should be like the battered black woman that's hurt in the movie, or they should allow themselves to accept certain things and bullshit from certain men. Because, why? It's in a movie, and if they see it and they visualize it, they process that information and they take it in as partial reality. And it isn't. And then when they look to their mothers, their role models, and their mothers show acceptance of the movie and everything that's going on in the movie as true, they themselves accept everything that's going on in the movie as a fact of reality, and that's wrong. And that's what pisses me off, because it's promoting the stereotype of a woman becoming weak or being weak, accepting bullshit, or giving in to the stereotypical roles that we're given in movies, or should allow ourselves to be portrayed in movies. I'm so fucking sick and tired of being typecast on reality TV shows and movies as being the angry or the aggressive one, where everyone is always afraid and you can never approach this person because they're a certain way, or they're aware of their blackness or the way they talk, or just because we have to be, as Sergeant Willie P would say, the hyper masculine male. Oh, I'm aggressive. I go hard. I'm hood. I'm mad. Always. Rah, rah. The same way with females. Oh, I'll scratch her eyes out. My man this, my man that. If you try and take them away from me and take away my happiness. Oh, I have to do whatever means necessary to make your life a miserable hell. I just want black people to realize, recognize, and analyze the fact that right now that we are definitely being played for chumps. Even in hip-hop, we promote it, but we can't even sell our own anymore. And just because it makes dollars, it always doesn't make sense. Just because one person is profiting and making millions from off of these movies doesn't always mean that it's a good thing. A good story is supposed to always inspire, inform, and entertain, but it's also a writer's responsibility to think of the outcome of the audience, how later they'll be affected, and not just about bringing in 30 million at the box office the first week and then maybe another 80 by the following month, and to pay all the bills, because it always isn't about money. It's about the example.